Hello there. So in our last tutorial we saw how to change the position of our rectangle. Let's say player rectangle with the keyword input from the user or from us. So we created a different class controller.h and then set a few functions. We added queue-invocable to be invoked in QML, used queue property to receive and change updates synchronously. So in this one, if we run this application, you can see that my rectangle is moving, but it can go outside of the window. I don't want this. I don't want my player to go outside of the window. I don't want to allow my user to take the rectangle outside the window and get lost somewhere. So I want to restrict this up to here, and it needs to stop. And before that, I want this rectangle to place somewhere around in the center here on the bottom, and I want this screen to be bigger. And for that, what I need to do is I'll go change my window size here in window and set my width to be 1512, and my width to be, my height to be somewhere 982. 982. So where did I get these values from? So I searched it up on my laptop to see what's the size of my MacBook Pro 14 in pixels, and I divided both of these by 2, because or else it will be too large, because the original size is 3000 something, which I don't want, 3024, but I don't want that. So I divided both width and height by 2 and wrote these values. So if I run my application again, I can have a big window on my screen. So these are going to be my game's window size, but if you want to use a different size for your laptop, if you're using different window, then you can search up your pixel size and modify according to what your size is. Normally it's like 920 by 1080, but my MacBook has a different ratio, so I did this. So go to your controller.h. Now we want to keep our rectangle somewhere on the bottom and on the center. So for that, I'm gonna declare some variables. Double mean x, double max x, double bottom y. So min max will have the minimum value of x, which starts from 0, and max x will have the maximum value of x, which is 1512, I guess. Yeah, 1512. So we're gonna initiate this in our constructor here. So min x will be 0, and our max x will be 1512, and our y bottom, why did I keep the name? Let me check again. Is bottom y, the controller bottom, bottom. My bottom y will be the height of the window, which will be 982. Now I initialize these variables with this value, and I want my original position to be in the center of this. My rectangle should be on the center of the screen. To do that, what I want to do is I want to divide this x value by 2. That will split my screen into 2 parts. So 1512 divided by 2 minus the size of my rectangle, which is 50. So my rectangle size is 50. Here you can see width and height. So that should be able to bring me on the center. Yeah, it did bring me on the center, and now I want this rectangle to be on the bottom. So for that, what I'm gonna do is I'll subtract height by my rectangle size, and my height will be 982 minus 50. That should bring me on the bottom of the screen. Well, it's too low on the screen. So let's do 972 here and 972 here as well. Well, still somewhere down there. I'll do 52 here and 52 here as well. It's just a miscalculation because my MacBook Pro has a bit space on the top. Maybe that's causing some issues here. So I'll just give some extreme values for this one, but should be good for you. It's generally because my MacBook has some space on the top. Let's do again. Yeah, somewhere on the bottom. Yeah, I think this size should be okay for me. And now I finally have brought my rectangle to the center and on the bottom. Now I want to move right and left, but I don't want to go out of bound. I don't want to go out of this window size. And for that, I'll modify my move left and move right. I'll go to Ctrl+H, and then just below here on the left side, I'm gonna check if my current position is greater than mean x. If my current position is greater, I'm moving towards left, that means I'm moving towards 0. And if it's it's less than mean x, then what I want to do is I want to set my x value to mean x. Whenever it tries to go out of bound on the left hand side, goes beyond 0, I just want to set the current position to 0, so it will not let it go outside of the bound. And similarly, if I do this for the left side, it should look like mx shouldn't be greater than my max x. So it shouldn't be greater than the right hand side width. So I'll set my to max x. Now if I go, it couldn't go through this.